Welcome to the Attentive Mind. This is a daily guided meditation practice for both new and experienced practitioners. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You want to find a position that is both sturdy and comfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable during the practice, because then that will just be a distraction unnecessarily. You also want to be sturdy because it gives us a sense of groundedness, a sense of being here. Sitting in a chair works nicely. You can even sit in a formal meditation posture if you like. Just find what works for you. We also have an option to either keep your eyes open or closed during this practice. And if you prefer to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. But if you prefer your eyes to be open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you. Maybe just looking at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring at a particular spot on the floor and analyzing it, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly yet clearly downwards. You're in a comfortable and sturdy position. Your eyes are either closed or open, gaze directed softly yet clearly downwards. Just begin to notice what you notice. Bring your attention to the things experience shows you. Like what you hear, sounds, body sensations, emotions, the visual field, and the nose and the tongue, all experienced here and now. So just notice it. There's no plan, there's no goal here with what we're doing. Nothing to achieve. So just leave that alone. In fact, bring to mind the future, your goals, your fears, the perception of what is to come. And just let it go. Entirely for this moment, drop the burden of what is going to happen. And just see if you can come back and return here. And in the same way, your story, your past, the things you've done, the person you've become, your name, your memories. For this moment, set them down. Leave your story alone. And don't worry, you can pick up both the past and the future later, but for this moment, leave them alone. For this moment, give yourself permission to leave alone the heavy burdens of the past and the future. Enter now. Now take a moment to bring your attention to the sensations of the breath. Notice the gentle rising and falling of the breath rhythm. And as a matter of curiosity, not a task, see if it's possible to just follow this breath without being distracted by this next thought. And if you're normal, I'm probably interrupting you thinking again. Maybe worried about the future and the past. So we just remember to leave these alone and return to the breath again. Do this over and over. Getting lost, then returning. Getting lost and distracted, then returning to the breath. Rising and falling. Come back. Return to the breath. What sits here? What gets distracted by thoughts? What notices the breath? In the same way, attention is directed to the breath. Turn attention back. What are you? If thoughts arrive trying to talk about this, what sees the thoughts? Keep turning. What sits here? Is it a story? Immediately, you may notice, once we look, what am I? There's kind of a stopping, a ceasing of investigation. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing revealed. If you're thinking, you'll be attached to not understanding with your mind, and you'll be confused. Still thinking. But if you've released thought, you'll understand this don't know space. So just remain not knowing, not moving. Let it go and completely rest. All right, you can look at the screen. When we're asked, who are you? What's the usual response? Oh, I'm Nathan. Hmm. We give a name, which of course isn't us. You didn't choose your name. It was given to you by your parents or whoever. So obviously a name isn't us, but we just give ourselves a label, like Azani water versus Ozarka. Still water. So you're not your name. Then what are you? Well, what do? We start talking about our story. I was born here. I was raised like this. I had this happen to me, which led me to this. And now I'm here. And if you get a good Zen teacher or something like that, they'll say, well, yes, but this is just your story. I don't want to hear your story. Who is it that stands right here? Who is it that's looking at this video? And again, we'll respond by saying, well, I'm a good guy. I like doing these kind of things. And, I'm looking to do this in my future. And more words, more concepts, more story. There's something called the default mode network. Now, I'm not a neuroscientist, so correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, but it's basically the brain's capacity to ruminate once it's not engaged in a specific task, which uses a lot of attention. So when we're driving, cooking, washing dishes, the mind's just kind of going on, ruminating. And what this thing does, it actually creates a story of me. It starts talking about itself like it's an entity, like it's I should probably do this kind of thing. Well, wonder what Sally thinks about that. She did that yesterday. I can't believe she said that. I'm gonna go, man, what am I gonna do? Oh, how am I ever gonna get this done? I just got so much to do. I don't know what that kind of thinking. Default mode network. Now, with practice and mindfulness, we can see through that illusion by letting it go, by not attaching and spending so much time bamboozled by thoughts, captured by thinking itself. The real you isn't this story. That's commentary. You are not words. So when I ask, what are you? And you give me a word, first mistake. This is why in Zen, if somebody would be asked, who are you or what are you? The response could easily be like, just this. Or a better response is, I don't know. Don't know. So the more we practice, understand that this separate self, this entity person, is the one that is the basis or the brunt of 90% of our suffering, most of our suffering. But when we see through that illusion, all of these made-up problems disappear. All of these worries about social issues and, fears about this and, they're still there in a way, but they're not you. They're not mine. Which is why I always emphasize the practice. I need to practice. We all do. In my opinion, we all do. Because a life without practice is a life trapped and captured by things that are not real, by a story that's not even real. Thank you for your time today. And as always, and of course without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.